What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I created these cute Kawaii Sanrio ice cream nails. I seen Nails by Deb do a set like this and I thought it was super cute, so I decided to do my own version of it. So I'm going to start by prepping my nails with 1 coat of Mia Secret dehydrator and 2 coats of Young Nails protein bond for my primer, and then I'm going to go in with a layer of base gel over all of my nail beds. I'm doing a polygel base, so you always want to make sure you apply a base gel to all of your nail beds first so that the gel has something to grip onto. This way you won't get any lifting or anything like that around the cuticle area. Just make sure you apply it to all of the areas that you're going to be applying the polygel so it will stick really good to your nails. So as you can see, I'm applying it to the entire nail bed. You only need to apply it to the nail bed area, and I do have a little bit of acrylic on my nails. For those that don't know, I usually keep that on there so when I change my nails I don't like file through my actual nail. Alright, now that the base gel is cured, I'm going to go ahead and start building up my nails with this polygel shade from a cart called French Press. It's one of my favorite nail bed shades to use when I do like ombres or French nails, or even for like literally any set. It has like the perfect balance of nude and pink, and I feel like it's like that universal nail bed shade. But anyways, I'm building up the nails with this color, so I usually just squeeze the polygel right onto the nail. And as you can see, that little rounded end that comes out of the bottle first, I usually leave that up near the nail bed area to build my apex. So initially when I start building up the nails, I always start by patting the polygel around the cuticle very thin, and then onto the nail bed area to build the apex, and then I pat the polygel sidewall to sidewall all the way down the nail, and I remove any excess if I have any at the end, and then I kind of turn my nail to the side to smooth out any bumps or anything before I pop my hand in the lamp. And I'm always like patting the sides and the tip to kind of keep the shape. If you do get like an air bubble while you're working, you can poke it out with like the other end of your polygel brush, like the spatula part, and continue patting it in place. Sometimes you get like air bubbles when you squeeze the polygel out too fast. That happens to me sometimes. And this polygel is a little bit firm sometimes, so I take a little bit of base gel and brush it over the polygel, and it just helps to kind of like create a slip layer over the polygel so it's easier to apply onto the nail. As you can see, after applying the base gel, it kind of just like effortlessly glides down the nail, except you do have to make sure that you wipe around the cuticle area to make sure that it doesn't flood the cuticle area. If the polygel sits on the nail for too long, it can tend to flood the cuticle area when it gets too soft. That's why I kind of flash cure each nail for 30 seconds. That's really all I do to apply the polygel. It's super easy. I do wipe my brush off with isopropyl alcohol while I'm working if it gets a little bit too sticky. Sometimes if you have too much gel on your brush, it will get sticky. So I always keep like a little dapping dish of isopropyl alcohol, especially if I have to clean around the cuticle area and stuff like that. But after this nail, I'm gonna go ahead and just do the same thing for the other two.
Ringy.
Okay, now that I'm done applying the polygel to the nails, I'm gonna go ahead and start by debulking my nails. I did cleanse a tacky layer of gel off of my nails with some isopropyl alcohol as always, and I'm gonna use a 180 sanding band with my drill on about 12,000 RPMs. This drill from Melody Susie is pretty powerful, so it really doesn't need to be on a high speed, especially for polygel, because polygel is so soft and it falls down so fast. I really didn't want to take off too much. I always start by filing around the cuticle area to seal it. So I go around the cuticle area a couple times. I usually apply it very thin around the cuticle area anyway. So like I said, I'm just filing over it a couple times to go ahead and seal it. And then I'm basically just filing over the entire nail to smooth out like any bumps or anything like that in the nail, and to even everything out all around. I'm filing along the sidewalls underneath the nail, and then I'm pre-shaping the nails with my drill by filing along the sides and the tip before I actually go in with my hand file. So you should have like a nice hill for your apex where your nail is going to get its strength from, and then you want some thickness towards the free edge so that your nails don't break, especially if you wear longer nails like me. And when you look down the barrel of your nail, your sidewall should always be like the thinnest part of your nail. So you should see like it being thin on the sides, and then like the hill for your apex. Next, I'm going to take my 180 grit hand file and shape up my nails into a long square shape. So I'm holding my file straight, as you can see, and filing along the sides of the nails, and I make sure to kind of switch sides frequently so I don't file one side more than the other and then the shape comes out even. I basically just do this till I'm satisfied with the overall width of the nails. And then to file the free edge, I hold the file at a slight angle and then file straight across the nails to get a nice sharp straight free edge. And then when I'm all done shaping up my nails, I do take a buffer and buff over the surface of the entire nail and underneath the nails. This will help smooth out any scratches on the surface of the nail, and then when you're like buffing underneath the nails, it smooths out any rough edges and stuff. So if you like graze your nails across your skin, you're not gonna like really scratch yourself because it'll be like smooth all around, if that makes any sense. Okay, so I went ahead and washed all of the dust off of my nails, and now I'm going to go ahead and start by painting the French on my nails. I'm using Madame Glam Bold White for this, and I'm taking my detail brush and kind of outlining how I want the smile line to look, a rough outline at first, and then I'm taking the polish brush out of the bottle and filling in the tip so I don't have to sit here forever taking gel polish on my detail brush and painting the tip. Then I go back in with the detail brush and get like the corners that I couldn't reach with the polish brush, and then I kind of just further perfect the smile line. Sometimes if you get like a little bit of streaking with your gel polish, you can run your detail brush through it to even out the color, but as you can see, I'm perfecting the smile line a little bit more so everything's nice and even. I usually just kind of do a rough outline at first because it really doesn't matter. It's kind of like just trying to get the polish on the nail, and then I just kind of like go in and fix it up after the fact. I usually freehand mine. I don't really do any like special like methods or anything for French. I just prefer to do it this way. And I will be flash curing each nail for 30 seconds because I have a tendency to bump my nails and like mess up the whole thing. And if I do have to clean up, I use a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. I don't really like to use acetone because acetone leaves that crusty like film on your nails. 91% isopropyl alcohol is perfect because you can clean up without having that film on your nails. That film on the nails drives me nuts, especially if you like do your whole design and then you have like that crusty film on your nails. It's so hard to get off without messing up your set. So yeah, I'm basically gonna just go ahead and do the same thing for the rest of the nails. To finish up, I'm going to go ahead and use some rhinestone gel to apply these cute little Sanrio ice cream charms that I found. I love these so much. They have like all the Sanrio characters like Kuromi, Cinnamon Roll, Hello Kitty, and My Melody, and then there's a couple other ones I forgot their names right now, but I'm using all the characters. So I have some of them on this hand and I'm adding some to the other hand. I'm flash curing 2 nails at a time because this rhinestone gel, if you leave it on the nail too long, your charms will be like sliding all over the place like crazy. And when you're placing the charms on, you just want to make sure to clean up that excess gel around the charm so you don't see it like busting out of the sides. Then I'm going to go ahead and apply some of the rhinestone gel over the tips of all the nails. On these two, I applied it to the entire nail because at first I was going to apply the sprinkles to the entire nail, but then I decided to just put them on the tips of the nails. So I have these cute little sprinkles in different colors like light pink, hot pink, yellow, dark blue, and light blue. I did chop them up a little bit with my scissors because they were kind of big, like that yellow one you see on the nail right now. So you can actually take your scissors and chop them into smaller pieces so that they look more realistic. But I'm placing them into the gel and then I'm going to go ahead and cure them in place. I'm putting one of each color on all of the nails, but I feel like the sprinkles is such a cute look, especially with the ice creams. I feel like it tied everything together, and I like how the sprinkles actually match the little ice cream cones.
Greeny. Greeny.
Now I'm going to take some base gel and apply it in between the sprinkles and on top of the sprinkles. This will kind of provide a seal around the sprinkles so that they stay on really good. I really didn't want to have to worry about them falling off and having to reapply them because I really didn't have that many of them. So I wanted to make sure they're sealed in really good, and applying a coating over them makes them look more realistic. And then I'm going to top coat everything with a gel top coat, including the charms and the sprinkles. This way everything will stay on really good and none of the charms will lose their coating or anything like that. And like I said, applying like a top gel and stuff over the sprinkles makes them look more realistic, because real sprinkles are kind of like shiny. They have like that shine to them. They're not really matte. So applying the top coat is going to give that more realistic sprinkle look. And then also applying this top gel over the sprinkles one more time really helps to seal them in even more, because like I said, I don't want to have to worry about them falling off or anything like that. But yeah, I hope you guys like this set. I think it's super cute and kawaii like for summer and everything. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. If you could leave me a like before you leave, I would really appreciate that as well. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, because I upload videos every week. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok if you're not already. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Love you guys.
Greeny.